Hi. Hi, Facebook. What's going on? I bet y'all bitches are all wondering why I am in Norfolk, Virginia. And I thought that I would make a video today while I was taking a walk in this beautiful sunshine and this beautiful warmth. Oi, do I miss this heat? You like my Star Wars shirt? Oh, I got this beautiful new little white rosary. I'll tell you where I got it in a minute, but all of you might be wondering, what the hell are you doing in Norfolk? And just to make it really simple and brief, because I'm down here, I got nothing to do and all day to do it. My friend Chris, who came down with me, he took off to go to Williamsburg. I am not a huge fan of colonial Williamsburg. I do not want to go to Williamsburg. Been there, done that. So I'm just kind of like hanging out today, enjoying myself. Might even go to the pool. But I came down here because I'm getting baptized and initiated into my religion, the 21 divisions. And the 21 divisions is a traditional religion that's practiced in the Dominican Republic and also in Puerto Rico. So I'm Puerto Rican on my mom's side of the family, hence the name Philip Ryan Pimentel. I'm a Pimentel at heart. We're the good folk. And so yeah, a couple of years ago, after having my meltdown that a lot of y'all might remember, 2018 wasn't the best year for me. 2020 is not the best year for all of us, but 2018 specifically was a really bad year for me. I wanted to get in contact with my ancestry. Something came up deep from inside, deep from inside, like an eruption in my mind, where I woke up one day and I said, you know what, I want to know who I am. And I want to know who I am because I want to know where I came from, who my family is, like, what did my ancestors experience? And I would recommend to anybody and everybody, okay, that it's worth signing up for that free 14-day trial with ancestry.com and start doing some research into your background, your history, where your family comes from. It's so worth it. I think everybody should know something about their heritage, you know. I also did the DNA test and everything, and it was just awesome to see all of the different parts of the world my ancestors came from. And when I saw all of these things, it just inspired me to want to, well, I started learning about the Taínos, who are the Aboriginal people that populated the Greater and Lesser Antilles before Columbus showed up. I wanted to learn about my indigenous roots. I know I'm white, my father's very white, and I got the Irish and Scottish and English and that Scandinavian, all those Scandinavian roots come down from my father. And from my mother, I get the Taínos and the Congos and the Spanish and everything. So I'm like, you know, a mix of all kinds of things. I'm a lot of things. So I wanted to learn more about, sorry, one day I'll hit puberty and my voice will stop cracking. I wanted to learn about the spirituality that my ancestors practiced. And I started studying Espiritismo, which is Spiritism, Creolized Spiritism, or Mixed Spiritism. And in Espiritismo, the primary focus is being in contact with your holy guardian angel, your spirit guides, your celestial spirits, your spiritual court, your ancestral spirits, making a connection with those spirits that walk with you and guide you and connect you to God and to your ancestors. And I just kept, walking that path until I found the right fit for me, and 21 Divisions is like me. It's totally who I am, and it's part of who I am. It's like it's in my roots, and so I'm taking this step. I'm very excited about it. I wasn't going to tell anybody about it. I wasn't going to tell anybody I was down here. I wasn't going to make a video about it. I wasn't going to tell everybody about my my initiation, my baptism. But today I feel real good, and I feel inspired, and I wanted to share some thoughts with you about what I've found about life in 40 fucking years. Like, what have I learned in 40 years about life? What do I think the purpose of life is, and what's the purpose of life? I understand my life's purpose. My life's purpose is clear to me. And what my purpose is might not be somebody else's purpose. We all come into this world with a different set of challenges placed before us, and we all come into this world because we need to learn, and we need to grow, and we need to experience things. A lot of people say that the purpose of life is love. Love, it's all about love. And that's really nice. I mean, that's a very Pollyanna kind of view of the world, that the purpose of life is to give love and receive love, and I can agree with that to a point. But see, what you got to understand is that love and hate is the same emotion. Love and hate is the same emotion on a spectrum, and they're polar opposites of each other. So who you love today, you might hate tomorrow, and who hates you might love you tomorrow. So love is transient. Love is fluid. It's an emotion. It's something you feel deep down in your gut. If you've experienced love, it's such a wonderful feeling. If you've been heartbroken and lost love, it's the most painful thing that could happen. But it's my belief that the purpose of life, the most important thing to pursue in life, is knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and gain as much experience as possible. You know why? Because no one can ever take your knowledge away from you. No one can ever take wisdom away from you. No one can ever take your experiences away from you. Those experiences are your experiences. They're not somebody else's. They're yours. And they last forever. You might believe in reincarnation. When you die, eventually you'll come back, try again, do a little bit of a life reset, You might believe in reincarnation, okay? Or you might believe that after you die, you go to heaven or hell. Heaven or hell, hopefully heaven, right? Or some other realm or place. But all religions teach that the knowledge and wisdom that we gain in this world never lose. It's something that's indelibly imprinted on our soul. On a soul level, we hold that, and that carries on with us. They can torture you, they can kill you, but they can't take that knowledge and wisdom and experience away from you, because once you know, once you see, once that celestial eye has been opened, or to bring it a little bit more less cosmic, once you have a deep understanding of yourself and how the world works and how people work and how you interact with them, no one can take that away from you. They can try, but like the Stoics say, You can't harm a good man or woman, man and woman. You can't fucking hurt a good person. Why? The gods won't allow it. The fates will not allow it. They can try. Shitty people can try to hurt you, but guess what? They can't. Spirits won't allow it. So be good. You know, like Marcus Aurelius said, most prolific Stoic philosopher, Greek philosopher, which I recommend all of you guys pick up a copy of Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. Great book. Stop talking about how to be good and what good is, and just be good. Just be good. Just do good. And you'll receive the benefits of doing good things for yourself and for other people. Those good things, those blessings, they just come naturally. There's no struggle when you just, if every time you have to make a choice in life, you make the choice that you believe is going to do the most good or cause as little harm as possible to the world, and you do that, every time you have to make that choice, that decision about what am I going to do next, if you try to do the next right thing, every single step, I'm going to try to do the next right thing, I'm going to try to be good, I'm going to be good, I'm going to do good to others, then all of those blessings are going to come to you. You don't even have to ask for them. They'll just be handed to you. And I really believe that ignorance is evil. I think that, I'm a huge advocate for everyone having an education. And to be honest with you, the reason why America, the United States is, I would say the reason why the United States is having the problems that they're having really is because people are uneducated, ignorant, and ignorance is evil. And being an ignorant person can lead to evil and atrocities. You know, I think it's so important for people to learn, to study history, archaeology, anthropology, sociolinguistics, science, comparative religion, philosophy. I think it's very important for people to be educated. And I think the more educated people are, the better choices they'll make, the more they'll expand their consciousness, outside of just what's going on in their world, and try to see the world on a more global scale. I agree with Buddha. I totally agree with the whole Buddhist thing about non-attachment and not being dispassionate about all the things, like I said about that spectrum of love and hate. If you keep that dispassionate attitude towards things, you realize that what you hate today, you're not going to give a fuck about tomorrow. And the things you love today aren't going to be the things that you love tomorrow. Those things are going to change. So hold on to those things that never change. I agree with Christ, Jesus. Whether or not you believe that he's an alien or God, or a prophet, or just a really enlightened person. If I could sum up all of Christ's teachings in one word, it would be forgiveness. I know that you might say love. Once again, I think that a really, really, really strong argument for the foundation of Jesus' teachings being forgiveness should not be overlooked. I think that's what the teachings of Christ taught me more than anything else, was to forgive. You have to forgive. You have to forgive, and you have to let go. So it might be difficult to forgive those who harm us, But at the end of the day, holding on to that pain and holding those grudges only harms yourself. And if you can acknowledge that the ignorance that people have is why they behave the way they behave, then you can take a step back and be like, okay, I could be really angry at this, but I have to forgive this because I understand that this person is sick or uneducated or needs elevation, needs light and elevation. So, I agree with Socrates and Plato and Aristotle and the Greek philosophers. I think the Stoics and the Greek philosophers really, really, really nailed it. Really, really nailed it about learning and growing and evolving and being a lover of knowledge and wisdom. That's what I feel like the purpose of life is, at least for me. I've studied a lot of different things. I've walked a lot of spiritual paths. I've worshipped with a lot of different people. There's good people in all religions. Sikhs, Sufis, Catholics, Voodooisms, Buddhists, and atheists, and belief systems. It's not really about the belief system. I think there's a lot of good people in this world. I think, I have to have faith that people are fundamentally good, and that if we keep working towards helping people elevate their consciousness and become more educated, that divine spark, that divine light will be able to manifest and come out. Because just remember, you're a child of the universe. God, the Tao, the universe, one spirit, whatever you want to call it. The Father, the Mother of all things. You are a child of it. You're born. You have been born and you grow out of this. Your progenitor. Recognize your divinity. Recognize that you have a divine spark in you that is just busting to come out. It just needs to come out. And you gotta trust yourself. When I had my big setback in 2018, the worst thing it did to me was it was really an ego death. I did experience that ego death in 2018. I completely experienced the complete dissolving of my own ego. And it was terrifying. It was a terrifying experience. But I'm here to tell you that you can survive those experiences and you can move past them, And the best thing about it was that I didn't drink. Because at any point of time, I could have been like, you know what? I deserve a drink right now. Like, I need to get fucked up. Or I could have started smoking cigarettes again. I could have just been like, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm just going to go ahead and go back down this self-destructive path and detonate myself. And maybe this time I'll actually achieve killing myself with alcohol. But I didn't do it. I did not do it. And I'm very happy that I didn't. So for those of you who, and I've seen friends of mine lately who are dealing with sobriety issues, and people who have been, their lives have been brought down and ruined by substance abuse. If you are on that path to sobriety, if you are on that path to pulling your life together, I want to tell you right now, do not stop. Continue. Forwardly. Don't stop. Stay sober. Do the things you love. Focus on the things that you love. The things that bring you joy and happiness and peace. Walk in nature. exercise, do some yoga, listen to music, go dancing, learn how to skateboard, go surfing, like do things, you know? And if you got that deep spiritual longing inside, you feel like you need to go back to church because, you know, you have that spiritual need, go back to church, sit there in church and listen to what they have to say and then decide for yourself whether or not that's a path you want to go back down. Maybe you want to find a new spirituality, take up meditation, whatever. And maybe you want to learn about your heritage, your ancestry, and maybe you'll look into the ancestral paths of your ancestors. I'm on that ancestor path, and it makes me very, very happy. I'm on that forever quest because I know that this life isn't all there is. It just keeps going on and on and on, and it never ends. It never ends. It just continues to go and evolve and move. And in this world, in this struggle between the good and the bad, the light and the dark, you just have to continue to strive for the light. Keep moving forwardly. Don't stop. I'm very excited to be here in Norfolk, Virginia, to eat that good fried chicken that you can't get in New England, girl. You can't get that shit in New England. That fried chicken is cream of pears. Totally had a food orgasm. Sex in my mouth, just that fried chicken. And them Krispy Kreme donuts. So good. So anyway, I just thought I would talk to you guys because I got nobody else to talk to right now, and share some of my feelings about the world and try to give you some inspiration to feel good about yourself and feel good about life, because life is good. Yes, life can be horrifying and terrifying and scary and bad, and there's evil and there's disease and there's things that are going to kill you, and you're going to die. You're going to die. You will die one day. So, like the Stoics say, consider yourself dead. And when you wake up in the morning, salvage what's left. So it doesn't matter what you've done over the past 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60, 70, 80 years. All of that's done. You learned, you grew, you survived, you gained that knowledge and experience, and ain't nobody ever gonna take that away from you. That is God's gift to you, that wisdom, knowledge, and experience. So, I love you guys. I love my Facebook friends. And, oh yeah, isn't this such a beautiful little white rosary? This was blessed by a Centera last night, so she told me not to take it off. It's my white rosary. So anyway, I'm really excited to talk more about all of this later, but, you know, all right, you guys have a great rest of the day. I'm gonna try to either go to sleep, have coffee, or sit by the pool, all right?